just looking at my Inktovers for 2019. This isn't one, but it is in fact an ink drawing of my boyfriend that I did. Here we have Ring, which I actually promoted on Instagram. I did a $15 promotion for the first time ever just to check it out. It was like a $3 a day for 5 days sort of thing. Turned out really well. Usually I get like 100 likes on a drawing like this, but that time I got like 800, I want to say, and then like another 200 followers, so that's sick. I would do it again. I just need to make more money. This one is Mindless. I really like drawing people who are playing guitar, as well as that like wispy cloud sort of thing right here, or like smoke effect. It's kind of interchangeable. Here's Bait. It's the only one I've done so far that has any form of like color to it here, which I used Copic markers, so it's still like a form of ink too. And if you recognize, it's just like the movie poster for the movie Hard Candy starring Ellen Page as a child. Never actually watched it, but I've watched like movie analysis or movie breakdowns of it, and I'm all for it. I just like the young, badass killer chick thing. And then we move on to Freeze. This one is the skeleton of a saber-toothed tiger, as well as some plants that would also be found in the late Pleistocene era, or whatever it's called, the late Ice Age. This is, I believe this one is like white sagebrush, and this is like a mountain flower that would be like common during the time. In the pose itself of the actual like tiger, it was like I did have to kind of move it a little bit, and it's my first ink drawing of like a skeleton that's like somewhat anatomically correct and not just like a guess or more of a cartoon thing. Definitely a challenge, but also a lot of fun. And that was for Freeze. Here we move on to Build, which I started getting a little lazy on. It's like a butterfly that's being built. If you look up close, you can kind of see the little stitches being all sewn together. It was like, I think I did this one at like 10 or 11 at night, so I was really cutting it close, but I did make it on time. Then we move on to Husky, which originally I didn't want to do a dog just because I feel like that's what everyone else was doing, but I got frustrated and did a dog anyway. And the picture itself is actually like pretty directly referencing a photograph by the Instagram user. I think it's That Alaskan Dog, all one word, lowercase. It's not that, it's The Alaskan Dog. But like, super beautiful dog, super amazing photography. And I tagged I tagged them in my post, and they actually bought a print of this drawing, like the same size and everything, and so I was able to ship it off to them, and make some money off of that, which is cool. Here we go on to Enchanted, which is supposed to be like a real-life rendition of a Minecraft enchanting table. And for reference, I actually like straight up looked up online like real Minecraft enchanting table, but nothing came up. I couldn't find anything for it. So I think this is one of the first designs, or at least one of the first, like, published designs. Or not published, but, like, you know what I mean, put out there. So it's got, like, kind of like the rocky, crystalline obsidian base. I think I would definitely want to do, like, a bigger version of this. And, like, there's, like, a diamond sword in the book. You can't really tell, but there is, like, supposed to be, like, lapis lazuli or lazuli right there. And all the enchanting things. I was going to add, like, the Minecraft words for, like, whatever enchantments, but I kind of ran out of time, and I didn't feel like looking it up. I would also want to find, like, the actual, like, structure of obsidian and how, like, if that were to be turned into a table, what it would genuinely look like. Because this is just kind of, like, generic crystal rock, like what you'd see in rock candy or something. Yeah, you got, like, the diamonds in the corners and whatnot. I would imagine, like, the tablecloth would be red with, like, the gold. But I got a lot of requests for prints to get prints of this. I haven't, like, personalized any of them like I did with Husky, just because, like, it's the picture of their dog. So they get first dibs at the first prints. Whereas, with the enchanting table, I'm probably gonna wait until I set up, like, an Etsy page and just, like, mass produce the whole thing. Then we go on to Frail. And more, I think a big part of Inktober is, like, they're just prompts. Like, it doesn't have to be the theme of the drawing, so long as it, like, somehow incorporates what the prompt is. And, I'm a big fan of bats. So, I follow a lot of bat conservation pages and bat rescue things on Instagram. And, their wings are super frail. They get caught on barbed wire all the time. And they need to get saved and rehabilitated. And I really love them, and I just wanted a chance to represent them. And I've also never done, like a I think once before I did a pen and ink bat, but it wasn't anything close to the detail on this. Not like it's the most detailed thing in the world. I used 2 different pen sizes, so it's like, it's a little different on the wings as compared to, like, the face. And then there's the girl. It's supposed to be about dreaming and what it's like to dream, you know, kind of being carried and drifted through this other world. And, like, a common theme, when I dream at least, is, like, these tall fields of, like, wheat or barley. So I just put that on the side. It's more of a design element here, but it also has some kind of backing to it. Then we have Swing. It's not the greatest. I think she turned out really well. He didn't as much. I couldn't find a very good reference picture, so I got my boyfriend to kind of pose for me, but, like, I wanted to change the angle and stuff up a little bit. And I don't know how well it translated. I kind of wanted it to be in, like an old Americana tattoo style sort of thing. And like I said, I think she did a pretty good translation to that, but the dude didn't really as much. But, it says, if being afraid is a crime, we hang side by side at the swingin' party down the line. It's like, it's lyrics from a song, Swingin' Party, by The Replacements from way back in the day. The song was, like, popularized by Lorde, you know, early 2010s, whatever. Big fan of her, too. That's how I found the song. I just think it's cute, hanging. Next one we have Pattern. And so I did those roller skates with, like, the hairy legs or whatever, just trying to get as much pattern in as possible, which, you know, you hatch and you cross hatch, and that's like a pattern in and of itself. But I really want to count and see how many patterns you can find in these roller skates. There's leg hair, the actual like check pattern on the fabric, the laces, the dots, the stitching, the wheels. Honestly, even the fact that there's 2 legs, so that's like 7 right there. I don't know if you could get more. The shadows, you know, patterns everywhere. It was basically the point. Then we move on to snow. And around this point, I painted my nails like super dark red, like blood red, almost black. And I didn't put a top coat on them. So while I was drawing and erasing and stuff like that, my fingernails just like brushed against the paper. And there's like a few red streaks here and there. Not on the actual like drawing part, thank God, but like towards the bottom here. Like right there is one. You can't really see because I'm filming on a laptop, but this one was a lot of fun to do. I had to find a lot of reference sources for it. This was the first time I did these sort of like lens flare type snowflake things around the side. But I think it turned out really well, and I think it's very convincing that this is like such a strong light source. Maybe in the future I would make the skull a little like more intense. The scarf was also something I like didn't have much of a reference for. I kind of used like a kind of just like a selfie that I had from a while ago where I had like a really big scarf on, but it was more for like a structural reference rather than like a exact rendering. And the skull's fun. It's not exactly what a real skull would look like to the mark, but fun to do. And then we have Dragon, which is unfinished because I went home for October break. I'm like 6 hours away from home, and I just wanted to spend the past 4 days with my family and not just focusing on work, because it's a lot to do all these drawings every single day. But that's Inktober. For the first couple days, the skin on my fingertips started to peel off. I don't know if it was because I was holding it weird or what. I didn't think it was getting too dry here. It is a lot colder than it is back home, but I didn't think it was that bad. But it might be. The bus ride sucked. The bus itself was pretty nice, but on the way home, the bus broke down on the side of the highway. Like, I guess, like, some belt underneath it snapped, and it caused, like, the coolant pipe to burst, and it's just, like, absolutely not happening. So we had, like, an hour delay while we waited for another bus to come pick us up off the side of the road. I had, like, 4 movies installed on my phone, or downloaded on my phone just through Netflix, so I had that to do. I didn't do any Inktober on the bus. I wasn't even gonna risk it, especially like with my nails being the color they are, like jittering around. Like, I'm already shaky. I'm not gonna ruin it again. I have 4 days to catch up on of Inktober, and then also today. So actually, 1, 2, 3. Got 5 Inktobers to do. We'll see how it turns out. This is probably going to be the longest video I've ever made and ever will make.